I'm a fifth generation. I've got sixth around the place. We've got a plethora of ladies around the place now, so we've often contemplated changing that to S. Smith and Daughters. But I don't think they can cope with the number of letters in daughter. He came out from England in 1847 on the good ship China with Mary and about 5 children, 2 of whom perished. From what we know, he settled in Adelaide briefly, then got a job up here in the Barossa with George Fife Angus, the local feudal baron who owned a lot of the land of the farming country, and he was a gardener for a while with him. He took off to Bendigo in about 1851 to look for gold, and that was the whole turning point in probably in our history. He found enough gold, came back, told Angus that he had other things to do, bought this land off Angus and started planting vines and making wine. Dad was a cricketer, played cricket for Western Australia. First man in Australia to face Larwood during the Bodyline series in Western Australia, on a sticky, opening with Bradman. That's been the connection with cricket in real terms, but the more sort of famous aspect of this property is that on the rest day they always came here. Out of a lot of, with the place 160 years old, a lot of the traditions go, and we felt coopering is one that's worth maintaining. We decided to keep the coopers because we've still got a lot of barrels on the property. And we think it's a noble tradition of winemaking. It's a unique art. It's the only privately owned cooperage on a winery in the Southern Hemisphere. We make all of our top-end barrels for our reds and whites out of American oak and various forests, or oak from various forests in France. Well, the family tasting room is part of what was once the brandy cellar. We had a still, we've still got an old pot still next door. We wanted a private space to taste, where instead of Joe Punter, we had mates who wanted a bit of special treatment, whether they're cricketers or actors or politicians sometimes. But now we use it for all the buyers that come from Europe or America. We take them into there, and it's got a little bit of the family history in there with cricket and horse racing and hunting and other stuff. So that's it, and it's just a cosy space and a professional space now for tasting. The first vintage was in 1962, and my dad, Wyndham, wanted to name the best of vintage wine after someone whom had been a major contributor to the history and or culture of Yalumba. Well, I think, this coterie of like-minded family makers of wine have got a terrific opportunity. We've all got plenty of experience in the wine game over many generations, so I don't think anyone should assume the title of being the leader or the custodian. I think we're all there looking after each other, to be honest. We are 160, we've got 160 years of accumulated wisdom, a lot of people who've been with us a long time. It is, at the end of the day, I think family businesses of substance, which means that they've got more than 3 employees in the deli, have all got a culture, and whoever's there tends to be part of that culture by virtue of spending so much time around family and around the one spot. We have a motto loosely coined, difficult to join, impossible to leave.